What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's your boy Kings and Dreams back with another interview. We are talking about Eastern Europe, Russia, Turkey. Let's get it.
Damn, Perky this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
What's going on, everybody? Again, happy Tuesday. It's your boy Kings and Dreams. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. I appreciate all y'all rocking with me, man. Listen, guess who I'm about to bring up. We talked about Spain and we talked about different parts of Western Europe, man, but specifically Spain. And so we got to get into Eastern Europe. And I think that this is a conversation that not enough brothers are having, man. So without further ado, let me bring my guest on, man. Jaime Woods, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
It's a pleasure to be back on, man. It's always a great time being on here, man, talking to you guys, talking about, our travels, man. I'm so happy to be on, man.
Yes, man, absolutely, man. Thank you so much, man. I was just recapping. A lot of brothers didn't really, they don't talk about Spain enough, and Andre loved crossing borders. I'm not sure if he reached out to you, but I remember he was in the chat, and he and his wife was just in Spain. They were in France. I think they went to London too. So, man,
listen, guys, listen. If you guys want to go to the most lit country, or let me not say lit, but one of the most lit countries in Europe, that's Spain.
Yeah.
Spain is up there, man. Make sure to travel to Spain. I know Colombia is popular. All these places, South America is popular. The Dominican Republic. But give Spain a shot, man. I'm telling you, it won't disappoint.
Absolutely. Another quick name to call out before we get it started. QB Passport Flexing. He said he went out to Madrid and oh my gosh, I'm losing it. What was the other spot? It was Madrid and
Barcelona, Sevilla.
Barcelona. Yes, yeah. So he went out to both of those places. He said that Barcelona, takes the W, but
That's
like
what he said.
he said you can't lose either way. Though he said you can't lose either way.
No, you can't lose. Madrid is phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. But like compared to Barcelona, like you can go anywhere in Barcelona and have a fun time. In
Right.
Madrid, it takes you a while to find a good spot. You know, it's not like that in Barcelona. There's fun everywhere.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Really quick before we get it started, let me get to my chat here. Shout out to my man Tobias the Traveler. He says ninjas are always late. Hey, we were like 2 minutes late, man. It's all good. We were talking behind the scenes, so we was here early. We just started late, but it's all good. Shout out to my man Tobias the Traveler. All make sure you do check out his channel. Right now, my man, he has relocated to Thailand officially,
Nice.
man. So shout out to Tobias the Traveler. Check him out. Garden Scientist says Kings and Dreams. Salute. Definitely appreciate you here. Speaking of Eastern Europe, he says Russia. He says he's about to meet one of his ladies at the pier in Koh Samui in a moment. All right, shout out to you, man. Living it up, man. Listen, I'm in the Northeast and it's cold, bro. Trust me. I would rather be in Thailand, but it's all right. I'm gonna get there. Charles Jones, what's good? Definitely salute to my brother here. Let's see here. Agreed. Spain is dope. So is Italy and Greece. Really quick before we go to Eastern Europe. Have you been to Greece before or no?
I've been to Italy.
No, Greece though.
No, I haven't been to Greece, so I can't really speak on Greece, but I heard that it's definitely up there as well.
Okay, cool. All right, so now, when did you go to Eastern Europe, and what parts of Eastern Europe have you been to specifically?
So, I wouldn't really say per se Eastern Europe, but the closest I've been there was Turkey. The closest I've ever been there was Istanbul and Turkey and all that. And that technically, because Istanbul is a weird city because it's kind of like divided up by two different continents.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a part of it that's European and a part of it that's Asian. So most of the country of Turkey falls in Asia.
Okay.
But there's a lot of Eastern Europeans that do flock to Turkey.
Okay. So what you're saying is that Turkey is not necessarily Eastern European, or it's kind of more of a hybrid, if you will.
It's like one of the weirdest countries, but I mean that as a compliment because it's a fusion. They say it's where the East meets the West.
Okay.
So a lot of like Eastern Europeans, since the war happened and all that, they've kind of flocked to countries like Turkey, countries like Georgia, like a lot of Ukrainians, Russians, just all flock to those countries.
Okay, got it. Okay, and so when did you? So is that the only place in that territory that you've been to, where you would say outside of the definitive Western Europe?
Yeah, I would say, but I definitely have plans for other places pretty soon. Romania, Poland, they're on my list.
Okay, all right, cool. Now, when did you start going out to Turkey?
So Turkey actually wasn't even my idea. I got to give that to my, well, let me just announce this. I know Kings, we talked about this earlier, but let me just announce it, guys. It's kind of a little bit of sad news here, but for any of you guys who have been following my content, have been watching my vlog series, unfortunately, Arena and I had a split paths. We had a split. Unfortunately, it's not something that I want to say, but I have to say because it's kind of like the big elephant in the room, the purple elephant in the room. So I'd rather just like address it so there's no confusion. But Arena, God bless her. She was like, hey, let's meet up in a neutral country, and she was like, hey, let's do Turkey because I can actually go to Turkey because Russia, with the war and everything that's happened, it's so hard for them to go anywhere. Like there's so many countries that don't allow Russians in their country, Poland being one of them. So she was like, hey, I can go to Turkey because they allow, Russians to go there.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, Turkey, what's in Turkey? Because I've never heard of Turkey in my life, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, what's in Turkey? What do they eat? What you know what I mean? I had no,
What do they eat? Yeah.
I was confused with what Turkey, So I searched it up and I looked it up and I'm like, bro, Turkey looks great. This is what I want y'all to do. After this live stream, go on Airbnb and put Istanbul, Turkey, or Cappadocia, Turkey, and search up the Airbnbs and come back, man, because I'm telling you, you guys are going to look at those apartments and those Airbnbs. You're going to want to go. And that's what I did. I looked up the Airbnbs. I'm like, man, these are stunning views and it's cheap. You can get these luxury apartments for cheap over there compared to like if you go to like even a Spain, for example. I know I said Spain is kind of low, but Spain is more expensive than Turkey. But I looked into all this. I did my research on Turkey, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's pull the trigger. Let's go to Turkey. So we went over to Istanbul, which was the first city I went to in Turkey, and it was a unforgettable experience. I think Istanbul is probably my favorite city in the world. It's up there. It's up there,
Wow.
top 3. Istanbul is phenomenal. I recommend everyone should go to Istanbul.
Wow. So okay, but let's kind of rewind the tape a little bit, because some people may not know who your ex-girlfriend Irina is, but she wanted to meet up in a mutual place. So how did you end up getting connected with Irina in the first place?
So
here's how we start there.
Yeah, we can start there. So basically, we met through Tinder.
Oh, okay.
Through Tinder. And at first, I'm like, this is kind of sketch. What's going on over here? Like, I thought it was like a fake account or something because I looked at her pictures. I'm like, yo, she looked like a model. Like, who is this? It's kind of too good to be true. And we met up, and then we talked, we FaceTime, and this is the actual real person. Okay, cool. And then from there, after a couple months of us talking all that, we're like, you know what? Let's meet up. Let's do something. And I'm a big traveler. I love to travel, and I always have. That's always been in my blood. Mm-hmm. And she mentioned Turkey. I'm like, Turkey, what's over there? We ended up going to Turkey. It ended up being a good time, and it was a magical experience. Istanbul is actually they to me, I know a lot of people call Paris the city of love, but Istanbul should be up there as well. Istanbul is extremely romantic, very romantic city, and that's where we met up. Actually, was Istanbul for the very first time, and it was a great time over there.
Nice, man. Nice. Very, very, that's very cool, man. All right. So you guys meet up in Istanbul, and what year was this?
So this was 2022, but it seemed like it was like 5 years ago, man.
Okay. So this was last year. Okay.
Yeah, this was last year.
Okay. And how long were you out there when you were out there?
So I was out there for about a week, but a week in Istanbul isn't enough. You need more than that out in Istanbul, man, because it's such a large city. In fact, I believe they call it the largest city in Europe.
Oh,
technically speaking. Okay. Technically speaking, it's divided up by 2 different continents.
Yeah.
You look at the whole city as a whole, it's the largest city in Europe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Search it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, so you go out there, and what's like what would you say was the most interesting or shocking thing to you, that a country that you didn't really know of, like you just heard of, right? And you're meeting your girl, it's kind of like your middle ground or whatever. But what would you say was like more like the most shocking thing to you going to Turkey?
Well, off the gate, man, as soon as I got into that airport, I was stunned. That airport is one of the best airports I've ever seen in my life. Search it up, guys. Search up the Istanbul airport. It is magnificent. It's up there with like Dubai and Qatar. It's great. So there's that.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's actually ranked, I believe, as one of the best airports in the world. Istanbul airport is up there. I would put it up there. It's the best airport I've ever been to. So that's off. That's the first thing, because I didn't think that. I was like, this is gonna be a regular airport. No, it was a great airport. So there's that. Another thing is, I forgot what it's called in general. There's a specific term for it, a word for it. But I remember being in Istanbul, and I was napping while I was sleeping, I should say. It was like 5 a.m, I believe. and I woke up to like these loud like prayers. Like it was super loud. Like I was so scared, man. I jumped up in the air. It was 5 a.m. in the morning. Just imagine you being like, knocked out, in bed, and then you hear like super loud, bro. Super
Yeah.
loud. Because we were right next to like a mosque. Like our place
Oh,
was
okay.
next to a mosque because it's a Muslim country, really.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different mosques throughout the city. There's a ton of them, and they all have like speakers and stuff. So usually 3 to 4 times a day they have these prayers.
Yeah.
And basically the first one's around 5 a.m., 6 a.m. But I didn't know that because I was a tourist.
Right.
It scared the living bejeevers out of me. It was super loud and it echoed throughout the whole city.
Yeah.
The whole city could hear it. And I wish I could show you guys a video. I think, in fact, it's actually in my vlog. So if you guys look at my vlogs, you can hear what it is that I'm talking about, see, I should say. But that was another big culture shock. Was that?
Man, so we're waking up at 5 a.m. Now, due to the fact that like you were with you were with your girl at the time, like did you happen to run into any issues? Because I know like sometimes when you go to some of these Muslim places, if this woman technically is not your wife and you're rooming with her, they may seem it, they may deem it as an issue. So was there any complications when it came to that or no?
So this is what I love about Turkey and about Istanbul specifically, is it's not like other countries. Like I know I've heard Qatar, I think it was Qatar, that you have to be married in order to share a bedroom, or Saudi Arabia as well. That's what I heard. But in Istanbul, it's not like that. They're not as extreme. So Istanbul is kind of like a more liberal. It's a good balance of like liberal and conservative type of views, to where they're Muslim and you'll see a lot of people covered up. But there's also a lot of people that are loose with it, to where they're showing skin. Like a lot of girls show skin in Istanbul.
Really?
And then on top of that, it's cool. I thought it was gonna be like everyone clothed up and stuff, but it wasn't like that. People are like loose and stuff, showing skin. Beautiful women out there. Another thing is you can share the same bedroom. They're not like, they're not strict with that at all. So if you're not married with someone, you can share the same bedroom with them. That's no problem. It's not like other countries where you kind of got to be married in order to share a bedroom. But that's one thing I like about Istanbul. And another thing I thought I would include with this is that I know countries like Qatar and countries like that, it's very minimal when it comes to drinking and alcohol. But in Istanbul, for the most part, almost besides the Asian part of the city, because the Asian part is more conservative, more Muslim. The Eastern part, well, I would say the European part is more like liberal, more like the rest of Europe a little bit. There you can drink. So alcohol is all over the place, not everywhere, but for the most part, because alcohol is a big thing in Muslim countries where you can't have alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're like, that's interesting. So like, were there like certain places in like Istanbul, like if you like where you stayed, right? And like the mosque was literally like right there. Did you have a problem like if you and your girl had bought like alcohol or anything like that to you guys' Airbnb? No issue with that?
No issue. Literally, the first thing we did, Kings, was as soon as we got to our apartment, we literally went out to the supermarket downstairs and we got like a couple bottles of wine.
Okay.
We literally took it over and it was dirt cheap, bro. Like these bottles of wine, you have quality bottles of wine for like $5-6.
Wow. Okay.
But honestly, guys, you know what? Let me tell you how it is. Since we're on the cost of living, well, that I'm bringing it up now, but
yeah.
A lot of people talk. Well, remember how I was telling y'all about Spain? How like the cost of living there is kind of lower compared to other places. It's even lower in Istanbul. Your dollar goes even further in Istanbul, and you have all those benefits of being in Europe for a fraction of the price. So all those nice apartments and our European lifestyle, you get it for a fraction of the price in Istanbul. Cost of living is even lower there.
Nice. So okay, now since we're talking about the price, right? And as you were talking, I was looking up some Airbnbs in Istanbul. But before we get there, my question to you is for someone that's like traveling, let's say you travel for a week, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say would be flight included, how much should someone bring for a week? And they're
Flight
traveling,
included?
trying to do excursions, and
Okay.
maybe go out to a couple of nightclubs, maybe a couple of restaurants, maybe meet, a couple of ladies, go out on some dates, all that stuff. So let's incorporate all of that in the price. Kind of give me a high level overview.
Okay, so coming from someone that has been to Turkey twice, not once but twice, and I've been pretty much around the country. If we're just talking about Istanbul, because Istanbul is actually in some ways cheaper than other parts of the country. So if you go to Cappadocia, it's high because of the more tourists. So Istanbul is actually less tourists, surprisingly.
Really?
But,
Okay.
yeah, Cappadocia is actually, I believe, the biggest tourist site city in the whole. Well, I wouldn't even say city because there's a region. It's a region, not even a city. It's a region, but it's where most tourists go to. Like not that many tourists, like American tourists, go to Istanbul compared to Cappadocia. So
That's
which makes
interesting.
the prices higher in Cappadocia. So it's more
Yeah.
expensive in Cappadocia, more American in Cappadocia.
Okay.
But with Istanbul, it's very cheap, very affordable. So to break it down for you guys, the most expensive part about it will be the plane ticket. That's the most expensive part. So I paid a little over $1,000 to fly from here in the tri-state area, Newark Airport, to Istanbul Airport. It was a direct flight. So that was about 1,100, more or less.
So $1,100
Yeah.
from like New York City. So anyone that's in the New York City metro area, so you're looking at 1,100 to fly to Istanbul from from New York. Okay, got it. All right.
More or less. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of the apartments, it's actually cheap, man. Like you can get yourself a solid apartment over there. And you guys can check it out. Check out my Against All Odds. I'm not lying to you guys. You can check it out on Against All Odds, my Against All Odds vlogs, the apartments I was staying at. They're really nice. The ones in the one in Istanbul that I booked the second time around, I believe was $400 or 400 to 400. And it was in the city center. We're talking close to everything.
So like downtown.
So yeah, we're talking like the Galata area, like Beyoğlu. They call it Beyoğlu, the Beyoğlu area. So
Okay.
that's like, and everything's there. The Galata Tower literally was down the block from us. As soon as you exit the apartment, you can see the Galata Tower right there. And if you walk up the block, the opposite direction, you go on to Istiklal Street, which Istiklal Street is like a big strip where it's just a bunch of different stores and clubs and bars and restaurants. It's one of the most popping areas in Istanbul. So we were close to everything. We didn't have to take any cabs or Ubers.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that was about 400.
Okay. Got it.
And then so that's the plane, the stay, and in terms of everything else, like for food, for clubbing, shopping, whatever, miscellaneous stuff, I would say if you're a solo traveler, that is. Now I went with my girl, my ex at the time, so it was a little bit different. It was a little bit more pricey since I was paying for the both of us.
Well, yeah, you know how it is when you travel.
Oh man, everything's doubled and quadrupled, man. Jesus Christ.
Right. Yep.
But as a solo traveler, you're gonna be balling out there. I swear, guys, to be on the safe side, guys, take at least 2 G's. And I don't even think you're even going to spend that much. You might just spend a G tops, but take 2 G's just in case. If you go out there with like $2,000, you'll be set, man. You can ball out over there. Even with 1,000, you can ball out as a solo traveler. But on the safe side, take 2 G's. But altogether, if you look at it, if you take 2,000, right? You take 2,000. Let's just say another 1,000 for the airplane ticket, so that's 3,000, and then another 400 or 500 or so for the stay. And it could be even cheaper than that. I just like to go a little more for the apartments. That's like 3,500 that you're spending for the trip.
So for a week, to be on the safe side, bring three anywhere from 3,000 to 3,500.
Yeah, on the safe side.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm just gonna share this with you. This is just one of the Airbnbs that I looked up, right? So can you see this?
It's still buffering for me. It's still loading up.
Hold up. Okay. Let me know when you're good.
It keeps buffering.
All right. Chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're able to see my screen or if it's still buffering.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me or not, or if it's.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Oh,
see.
there we go. Now I see it.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, now I see it.
Okay, yeah. So this was just an Airbnb, like, just I just typed in Istanbul and I just put in like some random dates or whatever just to see like, okay, what I come up with. So beautiful view right here.
Look at that.
Nice living space. I like that. Man, this is an old school radio, but it's all good. I like that.
I think it's just for decoration, really.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's nice though.
I think so too. Bed is a pretty good size. Looks like that could be like a full or a queen, maybe. Let's see. I like the open view though. Like I like how like the sun is like hitting the apartment, man.
Let me tell you how it is though. Sunsets in Istanbul have to be some of the best sunsets I've ever seen in my life. Like it's Istanbul #1 and Madrid #2.
Wow.
But Istanbul, the sunsets in Istanbul hit different, man. Like it hits different over there.
Nice. Yeah,
Look
see,
at that
I
view.
like this view at night, man. And that was what caught my attention. You know what else caught my attention? Hold on, let me go back. Let me see. This right here. Look what I just highlighted. $51 a night. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's affordable. It's very affordable to live like a king out there, man.
Absolutely. Let me see what else. Let me see what else they got. I'm just gonna pick one more or a couple of more just to see, let me see. Oh, I see what I did. Hold on. I'm gonna pick another apartment. This one. Oh, I like this one. Hold on. I have to unshare and then reshare again. Yeah, I think you guys are gonna like this one. All right. Let me know if you can see it.
I see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like the wood finish on the table. I just like that look, man.
And that's the thing about Istanbul. A lot of these apartments are very modern.
Yeah.
Very modern apartments out there.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Oh, this kitchen looks dope, man. Look at this kitchen. I like this kitchen a lot.
You're making me want to go back, Kings.
Man, you making me want to go for the first time, bro.
No, I love Istanbul, man. I've been out there twice.
Well, hey, you was like, man, this thing is cheap, and I was like, you know what? Let me just type it, for
Wasn't kidding, man.
yeah, to giggles, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me just see. Let me just see. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, no, this is dope, man. I like the bed. I think this is a king size bed right here, though. This looks pretty big. Is this a studio? Because I think this might be a studio, though. It doesn't even matter.
I don't think so. I think that might be the second floor because like the stairs.
Oh, that's right. It's the second
stairs
floor.
lead up to that.
Yeah.
And I think it has a balcony or something over there.
Oh, hold up. I'm gonna try to fast forward. Wait, let me go back to the bathroom. Okay. Is that a bidet? Is that a bidet? I think that's a bidet.
Yeah, I didn't experience that when I went out to Istanbul.
Yeah, okay. Here's the balcony right here, though.
Yeah, it's nice, man. That's a really nice, spacious balcony.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Uh-huh. I like this. I like this. Nice views. I like this, man. I like this a lot. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. And let's see how much this one is. I want to see how much this one is. 55.
Let's go.
55. Yeah, that's man. Yeah, this is pretty good, man. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. So I know some brothers may be like, man, that plane ticket is, it's a bit of
It's
a
worth it,
gouge,
man.
but
It's so worth it.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I completely agree, man. Like not a you don't really hear like a lot of brothers talking about Turkey like that. You really don't, man. So that's good. Before we continue, I do have a couple of more questions, but I want to get to the chat really quick. Shout out to my man Big Sean TV. He said, I heard it was iffy for black people in Eastern Europe. Is that true?
I think there's some truth in that. I do think there's some truth in that. I mean, I'm not the most darkest skinned individual, but compared to them, I'm darker than them. And I
Right.
remember getting looks, but it wasn't like looks of like, like they're being trying to be racist or something. It was like more looks like, who is this guy? What is he doing here? Where is he from? Like, I've never seen a guy like that. It's just curiosity almost.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
You
So
know?
so the looks were more
Yeah.
like in inquisitive as opposed to kind of like like who the f are you? You know what I mean? Like why are you here? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but like they're so nice about it though. Like if they see you, they're gonna want to talk to you and they're very friendly. Like Turkish people, for the most part, if money isn't involved, that is, they're very nice and friendly to you.
Right.
They'll approach you, they'll talk to you. In fact, there is, I've seen black people out there. I've seen people darker than me out there,
Yeah.
and definitely more people because it is a Muslim country. So you have people from all different types of,
Mm-hmm.
skin colors and everything out there, so
Right.
you'll be surprised. There's a lot of people, dark skinned people out there.
Mm. Cool. Now, did they when they start talking to you and you let them know that that you're from the United States, do they seem like pretty excited or is it like doesn't even matter like where you're from? I think that they're just willing to engage because you look different from the norm that they see on a day-to-day basis.
Oh no, they get excited. They
Yeah.
get very excited.
No,
But
American.
yeah, it's crazy though, man, because like I think I can pass off as a Turkish man. I know that might be a little bit of a hot take. I think I can pass off as a Turkish man. And
Really?
I tried my best to blend in over there because one of the last things you want to do in Turkey is come off as an American. It is not because you're gonna get robbed or something like that. Even though there is a lot of pickpocketing, but it's mostly like they try to like upcharge you. So in Turkey, they have two different type of prices. They have prices for Turkish people and prices for everyone else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try to get the Turkish prices. I try to speak to them a little bit in Turkish, a little something. So I
Right.
remember being in line one day in a deli, and I got a bunch of stuff because I was gonna like cook something up for Arena,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's speaking Turkish in front of me, all that. I'm dressed nice and stuff. I was dressed like an American. I know Americans like they wear shorts and stuff like that. I try to dress in pants, everything looking nice. And I remember I got up to the counter, and they spoke to me in fluent English. They're like, "Hello, how are you doing?" I'm like, "How did you guys know I'm American? Like, what about me just gave it off?"
Mm-hmm.
Because other places they've told me that I can come off as Turkish.
Yeah.
But it's crazy out there. But to keep going with your question, they get very excited because not that many Americans go out to Turkey. In fact, you need a visa to go into Turkey, which is the first time I had to do that. I had to get a visa to go out there, but it's cheap though. It's only like $50, I think, the visa.
Okay.
And it lasts for a year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. So we go get to that visa thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna impact that a little bit more. So, but one thing that you said that like you were trying to you said that you were trying to pass off as Turkish. Now, did they now like when they asked you at the deli? Did you ask them like how did you know that I was an American? Did they like tell you why? How they knew?
I asked them, I'm like, how do you know I'm American? Like
Mm-hmm.
how? You know what I mean? Like they went from speaking Turkish to flipping the switch and just speaking to me in English and fluent English. I'm like, how
yeah,
does that happen, bro?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like, you know, I told her, how you know I'm American? It's I don't know, it's a vibe about you. I could just tell. Like there's something about us Americans that we just
yeah.
stand out. I don't know. I
Right.
don't know if it's the confidence. Americans are more confident. I don't know what it is, but he said the vibe that I
Yeah,
gave told them that I was American.
I gotcha. And then it was something else that you said, and you said that like you wanted to look like you weren't from the United States because
Mhm.
America, guys like people that come from the United States, they wear shorts
Yeah.
and that like they just seem to just I don't want to say I don't want to put words in your mouth, but like I don't want to say not care, but I would say not adapt. Is that a good word for me to say?
No, that's a very good word. And you know, in Turkey, you want to be able to adapt. And the thing is, Turkey is a very safe country. Like Istanbul is a very safe big city. I've gone all around that city, Asian and European side, and never have I once had my guard up or felt like I was, in threat. I always felt like I was safe
Mm-hmm.
for the most part anywhere I went around that city. But even then, I still try to camouflage. Anywhere I go, I try to camouflage. I
Right.
want to be able to appear as a local because that's how they scam you in these places because they'll
Yeah.
they'll see that you're American, then they'll upcharge you.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the last thing I want.
Yeah, in Latin America, and of course, I know you Dominican. We call that the gringo price.
Yes,
That's
see the
the
gringo price.
gringo price. So,
That's what
like,
the
like, like
Brazilians
how you
call
said that
me.
you got the Turkish price, and then you got the everybody else. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
Turkey, all right, you down here. Where you from? Oh, I'm from New York. Oh, you up here,
Yep,
dog? Oh,
yep.
the cab ride would be like $3 for
Oh
Turkish.
no, man! Listen, man. The biggest
From New
scam
York, 20
artist.
to $20, bro.
The guys, if you go out to Istanbul, avoid taxis. One of the biggest advice, in fact, the biggest advice I can give you about Turkey, about Istanbul specifically, is avoid taxis. Try to take Ubers. Ubers is the best. I'm not a metro person. I'm not a public transportation person. I'm just not that type of guy. I'm more into like I want to be able to be picked up and dropped off. I don't want to be waiting in line, whatever. No. So Uber is very affordable, very cheap, very safe. You pay up front, they pick you up, they drop you off, nothing, no communication, nothing, because there is a bit of a language barrier. With
Right.
taxis, what they're gonna try to do is they're gonna tell you, oh, my meter isn't working. But if you pay me 600, 700 Turkish liras, I can get you from point A to point B. And even if you know how the currency works over there and you question them, like, why is it 700 Turkish liras?
Yeah.
Because I can search it up. Like, guys, make sure you guys download that. I think it's called Taxum. There's an app out in Turkey that it shows you the rates, like of the taxis to get from point A to point B. I
Yeah.
compared the prices and it was way less than what he was telling me. And when I confronted him about it, I'm like, bro, why is this a lot cheaper? I've been to Turkey before. Why are you trying to upcharge me? He said, oh, it's because of the traffic. I was at the traffic. Like, don't let them use that excuse on you. These taxi drivers are the biggest scam artists, the biggest criminals out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
So be
absolutely.
very careful.
You know what's so funny? And I'm gonna get to the super chat after this really quick. But so I was having a conversation in one of the WhatsApp groups that I'm in, and like one guy he had just came back from Colombia, and he was talking about like how the taxi drivers try to scam him and things like that. And one of the things that I tell guys in consultations, they ask me about transportation and stuff like that. I say do not get the local taxi because especially like if you don't know how to speak Spanish or like you don't understand anything in Spanish or like you've never been to that country or you don't really know where you're going. So something that may normally charge, let's say maybe like 15, 20 US, they're gonna try to charge you like 35, 40 because they know and they know like even though you're gonna be frustrated and argue with them or whatever, but you're gonna pay it.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, my friend, this is $40. You know how they do. You know how they do.
And,
You know
and
how they do.
Kings, Like these guys in Turkey, remember how I was telling you Turkish people can be nice unless money's involved?
Yeah.
Like if you try to mess with their money, so let's just say if they tell you a flat fee, they tell you, oh, you got to pay 600 and you agree to it. You go in that taxi, they're driving you. Midway through that car ride, you search up and you see that the taxi ride is supposed to be a lot less than that. And you confront them about that and you let them know, hey, I'm not going to pay you that much. Good luck, man. They will fight you. Those people will fight you.
Oh, word?
Yeah, man. Turkish people, you get them mad, they're going to fight you. I
Oh,
remember
wow.
this has nothing to do with taxi drivers, but if you guys have ever been to Turkey, you've heard of a place called Istanbul. There's something called the Grand Bazaar. So the Grand Bazaar is kind of like a mall, almost in a sense, like an old mall, and it has a shopping center where there's a ton of different shops. You can get things for cheap. You can negotiate all that. Search it up, the Grand Bazaar. It's huge. So I went in there, and I'm big into like football, like football, like European football, not like American football.
Yeah.
So I saw like these jerseys, Ronaldo jerseys, Messi jerseys. I'm a sucker for that. I collect them. So I went in there and basically I tried to negotiate a price for him. He tried to rip me off. He tried to give me more than what they're actually worth, or sell it to me more than what they're worth. And I'm like, bro, I'm not stupid. I've been to Turkey before. I'm not paying that. And he got mad at me. And he literally grabbed me like that, like, nah, you're gonna pay it. I'm like, nah, bro, like touch me again, we're gonna have problems.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like that's how aggressive they'll get with you. They'll follow you. I've seen people in Turkey, like these Turkish people that work in those fields or whatever, in those stores, that they'll literally stalk you and literally follow you around the block to get you to buy something from them.
Damn.
Like I have a video of it, guys. If you look at my Against All Odds vlog, I forgot which one it was. It was either episode 10 or 11. There's a clip that I have on there where this guy's following a couple, trying to get them to buy something. And the guy's trying his hardest to ignore the guy and tell him, no. And he keeps following the guy.
Wow.
And so that's a con about, I'm not going to just speak good things about it. Like I'm not trying to diss Turkey. You know what I mean? I love Turkey. It's in my, I love that place. But there are cons about being in Turkey. And that's one of them. There's this whole like aggressive, culture that they got there in terms of like sales, where they really are desperate for money. They're desperate to get you to buy something, and I don't like that.
I got you. So they hound you to buy stuff, but like, okay, so outside of like the transactional piece, everybody seems to be cool. But when it seems to come to the money, man,
you involve money with Turkish people, they will fight you.
Man, and you don't look like you a small dude, you know what I mean? So
no, I'm not. I'm bigger than them.
When he grabbed you, he must was he as big as you?
No, that's the thing. These Turkish men are some of them are small, but they're ballsy. I don't know what it is. I think it's the tea, bro. It's the coffee out there. That's what it is. Yo, they make coffee. They literally, you can search it up in my vlog.
Yeah,
like they have like hot sand, right? This hot sand. And they pour like I guess the coffee mix or whatever it is in there. I don't know what it is that they do. So they literally stir that little thing around the hot sand and it makes coffee. It's hard for me to explain, but you got to see in the video. And that's how they make coffee. And it's super strong and it tastes really good. And I think that's what it is. It's the tea and the coffee out there that gets them so ballsy. I don't know what it is. So aggressive.
I got you. Hey, man, salute to my man Black Nubian for the Canadian $2. Shout out to all my peoples up in Canada, man. Salute. Let's see. He says, Americans have a certain swagger.
Yes.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I heard it was like how we walk or something like that. Like people can tell that we're from, or we live in the United States.
It's just that little bit of arrogance that we have, even though we don't admit it or realize it, but we can be a little bit arrogant sometimes when we leave the country. And I think people pick up on that.
Oh, no, listen, like, listen, I get at, I get at people like in the travel community who make mistakes, and as you mentioned, right, like wearing shorts. Like I tell people, I'm one of the Colombia guys. I tell people stop wearing shorts in Colombia. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. And it's like the minute, like and I will see guys literally come off the plane with shorts and flip flops. And it's like, bro, they don't wear shorts and flip-flops. Like, unless you like are on the beach, literally on the sand, then that's cool. But if you're walking up and down the street, you cannot be walking up and down the street with sandals, with flip-flops, chancletas, and you know, and motherfucking like the Nike basketball shorts, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
and that's the
you know
thing,
how they
King.
do.
That's the
Especially
thing.
brothers, you know how brothers do. They got the fucking do rag on. They got the do rag on with the Nike slides, with the Nike shorts, you know, and a wife beater on. I'm like, I'm like,
Super
yo,
American.
I
Super
know,
American.
right? Exactly, super American.
You're making yourself a target when you dress like that, man. That's what I'm saying. When I said earlier, shorts, I know to some people like shorts. What do you mean shorts? Bro, in most countries, in Europe, in Turkey, in Colombia, I know in Colombia, they judge people for wearing shorts out there. Because I heard Colombian women talk about it. Why are you wearing shorts for? Because they're used to men just wearing jeans and stuff and pants.
Yeah.
You know, but it's the same thing in Turkey. Like, it could be super hot out and they want you to wear jeans. Or most people wear jeans. So when you're wearing shorts, you stick out like shorts, you know.
Yeah.
Like, why is this guy wearing shorts? Like, he must be American. You know, you're wearing a wife beater. You're wearing, you know, even sneakers. Like, wearing sneakers all the time can make you, like, stick out. You know, like, that's why you got to minimize on that when you're in other countries. Then you stick out. You become a target. That's how people start pickpocketing you. People start upcharging you because they already know you're American.
Right. No, absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. Let me get to some more of these comments, and then I have some more questions for you. Turkey is not Eastern Europe. It's a Muslim country and more Middle Eastern than Europe, or than European. Okay. All right. Got it. Istanbul is dope. Let's see here.
I'll answer that question. I'll answer.
Okay.
Because I actually do watch football, and I've been to Turkey several times. And let me tell you this: the reason why Turkey is a part of the whole UEFA, you know, conference, whatever you want to call it, in football, is because Istanbul, a part of Turkey, is in Europe, you know, but majority of it is in Asia, the Middle East. So I guess they just put it all together. All right, we'll just put you in Europe, I guess. So that's why they put them in UEFA and the European Conference, because there is Istanbul, which is pretty much the most influential city in the entire country that is in Europe. So they put that in UEFA.
Gotcha. Let's see. Per Google, it's part of Southeastern Europe. Okay, yeah, that was okay, got it.
Turkey's just a weird country because it's all over the place. It's Europe, it's Asia, it's Middle East, it's, you know, it's all over the place.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Mark Daniels, Mark Inspiration. Definitely make sure that you all check out his channel. Thank you for being here. All right, he says you really need to go to Rome. Seriously, the sunsets can rival it. Same with Santorini. Sorry about that. Okay.
And coming from someone that has been to Rome, I thought the sunsets were cool, man, but I don't think it rivals Istanbul, man. Istanbul, just seeing the beautiful, you know, Bosphorus, like, you know, just the whole water, everything, the bridge, like the sunsets, the mosques, like to me, it's top, man. It's top one. It's top three, like, at the least.
Gotcha. Let's see. Larry Perry, thanks for this live stream. It's all about Passport Bros. Start talking about Europe as well. Keep up the good work. God bless. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. For real. Man, listen, you know, I mean, listen, I'll tell you all something about me if you guys haven't realized that, man. Like, I'm all for education. I'm all for learning. And of course, like, we're all red-blooded men, and, you know, we want to see beautiful women and all these things and stuff like that. And that's cool. But also, like, I want to be able to go to a place where I can actually learn something. Like, I've sold my oats plenty of times, but I want to be able to get, you know, some culture out of it, some sort of experience, as opposed to just, you know, just soiling my oats, man. So if I get, you know, some good education and just learning about the place and all that stuff, man, that's great to me. So, and I want to pass that education on to y'all, man, because, you know, each one teach one. Sir Yeetus is in the building. Yeet, What's going on, man? He says, nah, Rome.
Hey, we can agree to disagree, my friend.
Yeah, don't get into it with Charles, man. Let me tell you, Charles is one of those.
Disagree.
Charles is one of those 12 toes down. He don't.
Let me tell you this, Charles. Let me tell you this, Charles, because I like to debate a little bit. You know, no disrespect to nobody. You know, I don't know who you are. You seem like a great individual. But I actually did not like Rome. I know that's a hot take. This comes from someone that was in Rome for a couple days. I didn't like it. I actually liked other parts of Italy better. And I love Istanbul way more than Rome. And you know, Rome is good, historical. You know, I get it. Cool, Vatican, great food. I will say that, great food. But so does Istanbul has that too. Istanbul is one of the best in the world when it comes to food. You know, maybe not Rome level. It's up there as well, but that's the only thing I'll give Rome over Istanbul is just the food. And that's debatable.
Nice. Sir Edith says, I'm in my 30s and I'm done listening to old heads. They struggle to realize that the dating game has changed forever. Yeah, man. Salute. You are absolutely right about that, my man, Sir Edith. Now, going back to you, you mentioned the food. So, in comparison to the countries that you have traveled to, places that you've traveled to, what would you rate Istanbul's food?
10 out of 10.
Wow.
It's up there. There can be a debate to say that Istanbul, like if we're just focusing on Europe and Asia, or just Europe, since Istanbul is technically a part of Europe, let's just focus on Europe. It's up there. Like we have Italy, Istanbul, where else? I thought Paris was hit or miss, depending where you went, but it had good food, hit or miss. Amalfi, it's a part of Italy, really. Spain was good too, but I would still say Istanbul's better. So I would say Istanbul, Italy for me.
Nice. What were like some of the best dishes to eat?
Kebabs. They love meat out there, so they have these huge. That's the thing about Istanbul that I love about Turkish people is that just like Italians, they make dinners, lunches, breakfasts into an event. It's not just a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's an event. When you go out there with your girl or with someone that you're talking to or with your friends, they fill that whole table full of food. The whole thing like a Sunday dinner. You know, that's how it is. The whole table's full of food, bro. Like they're giving you your money's worth and you're paying, you know, dirt cheap prices, man. Like I remember one time I went to the most expensive. You guys can check it out in my vlog. I'm not lying. I went to one of the most expensive restaurants in all of Istanbul, which is called, you can search it up, 360 Istanbul. It has 360 views of Istanbul. It's in Istiklal Street. I think that's how you pronounce it, Istiklal. Don't kill me, guys, okay? It's literally on one of the most popular areas in all of Istanbul. I took my ex out there for her birthday. I only spent $100. What right? $100 is the most expensive I spent out there. That's the most expensive.
Wow.
And that's one of the most expensive restaurants in Turkey.
Do you know the name of the what's the name of the restaurant?
It's called, search it up, 360 Istanbul.
Hold on.
It's one of the most expensive in all of Istanbul, if not the most expensive. And it was only $100 between the both of us, which in America, you go to Cheesecake Factory.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? Now I gotta mention Cheesecake Factory, you know.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. Istanbul. Whoops. Hold on. Yeah, I could, man. Yeah, it looks dope. and they can you see it now?
No, I can't see anything yet. I don't know. Maybe it's my computer that's acting up or something, but
you don't see anything yet?
No, maybe it's just me. Do you guys see anything in the comment section? You guys see anything? I don't see anything. It's still buffering for me.
Guys, put a one in the chat if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, it takes a while. Oh, there we go. Now I see. Yeah, I see it now. So yeah, that's 360 Istanbul, man.
Okay, yeah. So they got a New Year's Eve party. Yeah, they look like they turning up. Okay.
It turns, so it's a restaurant by day, and then in the
Yeah.
evening it kind of turns more into a club. So they'll have like violin,
Yeah.
people, touching, playing violin or whatever, like instruments and all that, and it turns to a party like a club.
Okay. So this is the one I want, 360, because there's the 1924. All right. I was trying to get like views of it though. That's what I was trying to
They
do.
should have like gallery there or something.
Yeah, I was trying to find
But
like a
let me let
gallery.
y'all know something, man. Since we're on the topic of Russian women as well, since this live stream is a little bit about Russian women, man. If you're
Oh,
trying to,
here we go. Oh,
there's a
wait.
lot of Russian women in this restaurant right here, man.
Yeah, let's okay. Yeah, let's get into that, man. The Russian woman. Okay, now you mentioned that your ex is Russian and you weren't able to get to Russia. Certain places she wasn't able to get into, so
Mhm.
Istanbul, was kind of like your central location. Now, how like is there a strong population of Russian women there?
A
Wow,
lot.
wow,
A lot, man. To the point where they have a bunch of Russian businesses. Like literally, there was a hookah place, and you can search it up. It's called, well, actually, it's actually called Hookah Place. That's the name of it. It's called Hookah Place. So
yeah.
it literally, we were at that restaurant, 360 Istanbul.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to like, because I'm not really the biggest club person, the biggest bar person anymore. I kind of more like a lounge person now, the older I've
Yeah.
gotten.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she's also like kind of like a lounge person as well. And we were
Yeah.
gonna go on a bar crawl anywhere that week. So we're like, you know what? Let's go to a lounge or something, have some fun, get some hookah, because if you're into shisha, if you're into hookah, Istanbul is the city for you. They have the best shisha. But besides the point, though, we went to this Russian business, and it was all Russian people. They spoke to us in Russian, no English, no Turkish, just pure Russian. And lucky for me, I was with her. She was speaking for me. And I remember us sitting down, and there was a bunch of attractive Russian women everywhere, bro. They're like giving me choosing signals because, man, Russian women, this is one of their weakness, man. One of their weaknesses is American men. There's just something about American men that just makes them bend backwards. They love American men and they can sniff an American man from far, man. They know you're American off the rip. They already knew I was American. And they're
Damn.
curious as to why I was doing with her. Like, what are you doing with a Russian woman? And why are you not, with me? Like that's what they're probably asking themselves.
Wow, really?
By their actions, because they kept like looking at me, funny, but kind of like give me choosing signals. And my girl picked up on it. This is a true story. My girl picked up on it, and she was like, Jamie, let's get up out of here. We didn't even get shisha or anything. She saw what was going on because she's a very smart, vigilant woman, observing.
Yeah.
And she's like, let's get up out of here. And we ended up leaving. I was like, why? I was having a good time. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I didn't want to tell her why. I wasn't trying to get in trouble, but I was like, why? Like, there's a lot of beautiful, attractive Russian women around here, But yeah. But a lot of places like that, man. You'll be walking everywhere and you'll be listening to the Russian language. People speaking Russian. In fact, a lot of Turkish people speak Russian.
Really?
Yeah, they're very good at it. Yeah, and in fact,
wow.
you're more likely to find a Turkish person that speaks Russian than English in certain parts of the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's stick with the ladies now. And I now both times did you go when you went, were you with your woman?
Yeah, every time I went, I was with my woman.
Okay. Yeah. So you haven't had the single guy experience.
But I have lived through other people. I have been to bar crawls and I have seen how it is for other men. Okay. And I'm like, yeah, Istanbul is very, very, very underrated when it comes to nightlife and the women.
Yeah. Now are the women? So do the women approach like the guys, or do they kind of as you would say, like send like some send like choosing signals and things like that?
So my experience in Turkey was, I got more choosing signals from the Russian women out there than the Turkish women. I think Turkish women are kind of like more to themselves. When you speak to them, it's a whole different vibe. Like they'll talk to you. They're very beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I know that we're speaking a lot about Russian women, but don't don't underrate these Turkish women out there. They're beautiful, beautiful hair, beautiful eyes, just really beautiful women, man. Don't underestimate them. You know what I mean? But I got more choosing signals, more looks from the Russian women out there for sure than the Turkish women.
Wow. Now, as being a darker complected person, do you think that like the woman there, whether they were Turkish, Russian, or any other ethnicities around there, like, did you happen to get more attention than, let's say, maybe a European guy or a white guy from the States or something like that?
So from my experience, I feel like I did get more attention because the thing is, like, I feel like there's this huge fetish around Europe, around places like that, to where even a guy like me, I consider myself dark skinned, but not as dark as other people. And even me, when I went out there, I got choosers, I got looks. Like, I even almost had a girl dance up on me until she saw I was with my girl. So she had
wow, okay.
Yeah, that's happened to me several times, especially in Spain. But we're not talking about Spain. But in Turkey, I've had situations like that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that they don't really deal with guys like me, like us, like, you know what I mean? They don't really deal with that out there. You know what I mean? They really deal with, like, Turkish men, so it's different.
Right.
And especially if you're American, you stick out because not that many Americans are out there in Istanbul right now. You know what I mean? I was very, I was one of the few out there that was American. So I felt like I was special. You know what I mean? So passport bros, go to Istanbul.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I know Charles said a couple of things. Let's see here.
He's still
I can't rock with your opinion. Rome equal everything. The only thing that you said that was factual was that Italy is a dope country, but I could move to Rome tomorrow. I'm there. Okay.
And all the power to you, brother. Italy is a dope country, though. Very good country.
Yeah. And besides, I can drink in Rome without having to worry which side of the city I'm in due to religious restrictions.
But there's nothing like, Charles, there's nothing like being in a rooftop bar with a view of the sea, getting drunk with strong ass shisha with a beautiful Russian woman by your side. You know what I mean? That's it. Like Rome isn't like that. You know,
talk to him.
Charles, we can agree to disagree, my friend. I think it's a very fun debate.
All right, man. So he said on the rooftop with hookah and a nice Russian baddie. All right, I got you. Let's see here. All right. I probably got one from a Russian joint back in 2013 when I was in Rome. However, I pawned her off on my English friend who was living there. Who was living there? Why? Oh, because they were living there and I wasn't. Oh well. Okay, so he the chick that probably showed him interest, he hooked her up with his boy because his boy was expatting out there. Gotcha.
Good wingman.
Yes, excellent wingman.
I need to hang out with you, Charles. Charles, let's go to Rome. I want you to prove me wrong.
I couldn't care about a rooftop bar. I'm a dive bar guy myself with an Italian woman. F the C and be seen. He said, "Oh yeah, okay, I got it." But I mean, listen, I do like the rooftop bar though. I like
it's just the views, man. The rooftop bars in Istanbul hit different, man. And I've been to Rome. I've been to many. I've had footage of myself in Rome, and I just didn't feel the same. I feel like Istanbul spoiled it for me in terms of rooftop bars. But don't get me wrong, though, Rome is dope. I just didn't mess with it compared to other places. Mm-hmm. I will say I agree with you. Italian women are dope as hell. They're very social, very friendly. I had a good time with Italian women. I do like Italian women, but in terms of a city, if I were to put the two of them, to battle, I gotta give it to Istanbul, man.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned Italian woman in Spain, Istanbul woman, Russian woman. Let's get a scale. right? Who are you putting at number one? You know, one through five. Who was
Out
that?
of those that you just
Hold
mentioned,
on, hold on. Italian, Russian, Turkish, Spain. Yeah, so four, one through four.
all right, we'll start with the lowest. I would have to say Turkish women in the bottom.
Okay,
No
okay.
offense to my Turkish women. I know some of them do follow me, so no offense to y'all. You guys are great. You look great. I love the hair, the beautiful hair, amazing genetics. But compared to the other ones, I felt like their vibe wasn't as fun as the other ones. So I put them last place.
Okay, that's fair.
Then after that, oh, it gets tough from there, man, because you got the big three. Oh, honestly, this is biased. This isn't factual. Okay, I'm not saying this is factual, but I would put at number three. I'd put, damn, your boy Charles is gonna hate me. Number three, Italian women. Okay? and I'm not saying that Italian women aren't worth your attention, because they are. They're great. They look great.
All the smoke right now.
They're some of the most beautiful women. They're some of the most beautiful women in the world, man. But this is why I'm saying this isn't factual. This is bias, because I got along with the Spanish women more. And because I spoke Spanish. So to us, there was no language barrier compared to me and Italians, even though a lot of Italians do speak English and they understand it. But I don't know. I love the Spanish women, man. Like, they're very, like, something about them, man. They got that sazon to them, that I like. So Spanish women number two. And I also think, since I've been to Spain more than I've been to Italy, I think that might also play a part. But Russian women number one, for several different reasons. They're just the... I know there's a stereotype out there when it comes to Russian women, because there's a stereotype, because they come up as gold diggers, they care about money. But if you can find yourself a very good Russian woman, man, there's no better one than that. My ex was very good to me. She treated me very well. She was always there by my side, no matter how much money I had, whatever. She was there by my side, man. She was ride or die. And that's what you guys will see with Russian women, because I look past the looks. It's not all about looks for me. It's about character, like values. And Russian women have all that. They're family oriented. They care about their family. They look after their family. They look after you. They cook for you. They do your laundry. They do everything you need. Everything you need. They know how to dress. They know how to walk. They know how to act in front of people. They know when to stay quiet, when to talk, right, which is a very important things. And on top of that, they're beautiful. There's some of those beautiful women in the world. You know what I mean? So you have the beauty on top of all that, and they're extremely intelligent. Russian women are some of the most intelligent women I've ever met in my life. So I would have to give, like I said, this isn't factual. This is just from my personal experience. You guys can disagree, but Russian women number one, Spanish women number two, Italian number three, but it could always be switched, between the two, and then number four, Turkish women. No offense to my Turkish women.
Yeah, I mean, I have had little interaction with Russian women. Of course, where you like in NYC, there's in that metro area, there's an abundance of Italian women, Sicilian women, so you run into that all the time. But yeah, I'm extremely eager to get out to Turkey, man. Now I have a video of yours that I want to pull up, and this is going to be about your experience here. So we're going to give the people kind of a bird's eye view from your perspective, my man. All right. So let me know when you can see it.
I see it.
Okay, cool. All right. I muted it for now. All right, let's see. Let's get this.
Yes, you can cut a little bit there.
Okay.
So you see there's like a new mall they just built, man. That thing looks great, man.
All right, so yeah, so where are we at right here?
So this, I forgot the name of it, but it's a new mall they literally just built, and it's great. They have a bunch of different beautiful shops, beautiful views, restaurants. I think Salt Bay's restaurant is there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Salt Bay's restaurant is in that mall, that little area there. It's one of the best looking things I've ever seen, man. Like it looks better than any mall. In fact, the malls, that's one thing I should mention. The malls in Istanbul specifically are better than any mall I've ever seen in America. Run circles around the malls I've seen here. And if you guys don't believe me, search it up. Go on TikTok. They have a mall that's Venice themed. Okay, for my boy Charles, since you love Italy. So they have a Venice themed mall where you can go into that little boat and you have a guy like that that'll just paddle around and stuff like that. It looks very nice and amazing shops, amazing restaurants. It's I love the malls out there, man. So if you're into shopping, you're into malls, you're gonna be in heaven in Istanbul.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is the Galata Tower. I'm inside the Galata Tower, which is basically the biggest or one of the biggest landmarks in all of Istanbul. You know, alongside the Blue Mosque. So this is pretty much at the top of the tower where you can see these views, and of course the sunset is coming up pretty soon, guys.
Okay.
You know, a lot of shaky cam. You know, I'm trying to get better at that.
No, it's all good.
And then they take these pictures on top of rooftops in Istanbul where they have these long dresses and all the seagulls and stuff, and they take pictures and stuff there. It's great for any of my couples out there.
Okay. Nice, man.
You can see all the big landmarks from the Galata Tower. So you can see the Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, the Needle. I forgot what that's called. But that's the sunset. It looks much better in person, man. So you have 360 views of the city.
Oh man, I should have skipped that. My bad.
It's all good, man. And then my little intro. So you can skip that if you want. You can skip the intro. It's just me kind of showing you guys around the city.
All right.
All right, that's inside the Galata Tower, and it's super small, guys. So when you're in the Galata Tower, if you're a tall guy, you're gonna suffer a little bit because these things are small, so you have to crouch down a little bit.
Oh yeah, this looks like it sucks.
Yeah, and it was even worse in Cappadocia when I went to the underground cities. Oh my god, man, the underground. And check that out. That's episode 9, by the way.
How tall are you?
So I'm 5'11", so I'm not the tallest dude. I'm not the shortest, but I still suffered.
Yeah, I'm 6'2". Yeah,
Oh, so yeah, man, you're gonna suffer going in the Galata Tower. Okay. So that's the way it used to look like back in the day. So you see like the transformation of the Galata Tower over the years.
Yeah, like the upgrades and stuff.
Yeah, the upgrades.
Now, do you know how often like they upgrade it? Like, is it upgraded like every 10 years, 15 years, or they didn't specify?
I believe it was every 52, because this thing is old as fuck.
Oh, okay. So maybe every 50 to 75 years.
Yeah, you can see its transformation, how it looked like before.
Yeah,
that's the way it used to look like before. It looks much better now though. But yeah, I think it got burned down one time. It went through a fire. They had to rebuild it or whatever it was. But yeah, it went through a lot of transformations.
Okay.
So this is like a VR thing they have in there where you can fly off of the Galata Tower, kind of.
Ah, okay.
I thought it was kind of cool, so I filmed it. And it was acting up a little bit, but it worked in the end for her.
Yeah, it looked a bit glitchy, you know.
Yeah, it's a little glitchy, but after a while, it's working.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she's that interested anymore.
But now it's working a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, she wrote our names and stuff.
No, skip. All right.
Just skip this whole part right here, Kings.
All right. All right, next scene. All right, hold up. You guys
I basically what that was though, but for any of you guys that were curious, I flooded the entire apartment, man.
Oh yeah. It's all right.
I flooded it. Because there's no protection. Like when you're in the shower, like all that water, like I don't know what it is about Europe in some places. But in America, there's covers. Over there is no covers, so the water splashes everywhere.
Now is that like with every like Airbnb, like the Airbnbs that you've been to, or is that just like the one that you've been to?
So most of the Airbnbs I've been to in Europe are like that, to where like one side of it has a cover and then the other side of it is open, so like the water can just splash out and go all over the place. And I didn't realize it because I was in the middle of my shower, whatever. And then next thing you know, I go outside. It's like the chamber. You guys ever seen the Chamber of Secrets, yo? Where it was water everywhere, man. I was like, what the hell's going on here? And then me and Arena had to clean it all up.
Yeah. So how do you like? So how do you make the like a silly question? But no, it's actually not a silly question.
No, it's a silly question.
How do you make the adjustments to shower where water isn't just like going all over the place? I gotta skip.
Now you just gotta say F it and just do it, man. I'm not gonna not shower. I gotta shower.
Right.
So it is. I would say just like be mindful of the shower head. Cause me, I have it like all crazy, I'm gonna try to have it like not too crazy to where it's gonna be splashing all over the place. Okay. So and don't really take too long showers, because it could end up accumulating. The water can end up accumulating, and then it will splash all over the place and flood the whole apartment.
So
what happened?
So what time of year is this? Because I see like that you have a jacket. I see that you have a jacket. She has a jacket too. So what time of year is this?
So this was in this past January.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's the weather like there typically?
I love it, man. Like, even in the winters, man, because I've been there in the summer and the winter. And the winters in Istanbul and Turkey, like, it's great. Like, it feels like spring weather. It's kind of like light jacket weather. Like
okay.
Light jackets, or sometimes they'll just be out in shirts. So like what happens in Istanbul is it's kind of like the springtime or the fall, where it will start off a little chilly in the morning, and then towards like midday it'll be warm, like kind of like spring weather, and then towards nighttime it get a little chilly again. But that's how it is in the winter. Their winters are not that bad.
Okay. So what's the coldest that you have experienced there, like temperature wise?
So the most coldest weather I experienced was actually in Cappadocia when it comes to Turkey. And that was like 35, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But then it got warmer as the day went on. So it got up to like 60, almost 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then it goes back down again. But that's how it is in the wintertime. It's not bad at all. The winters are great.
Yeah, so that kind of reminds me of like Bogota, Colombia.
So that you're seeing, guys, is called Rocky. Rocky is and that girl's Turkish, by the way. She's Turkish. She's like the stereotypic Turkish woman. But
what do you mean by that? Expound.
She looks like the stereotypic Turkish, like the genetics, the features, very Turkish.
Hold on.
That girl straight ahead that you see over there, though, she's American.
You gotta lift that. Boy, man, lift that camera up. I'm trying to see.
I wasn't trying. I try to be like courteous to people.
I know.
I did tell them. So, all right, if you pause.
Okay, her right here.
She's American.
Oh,
she's from Texas, but she moved to Turkey.
Oh, okay.
And that other girl over there, she's Turkish.
Okay, wait, hold on. All right.
Hopefully, I can catch her. She's Turkish.
Right here?
Yeah, she's Turkish.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
She's from Istanbul. So we're having Rocky, which is very strong alcohol over there in
yeah. They and that's the name, Rocky?
Yeah, Rocky.
Yeah, if you have
well, not like Rocky the boxer, but like Rocky, like Raki, I believe it's spelled.
Oh yeah,
Rocky.
Well, shoot. I mean, either way, I would, you having a drink like Rocky, like even if it wasn't named after Rocky, just the fact that like,
oh no, Rocky got me messed up, man. Rocky got me messed up. Yeah, so that was in the party bus.
Oh yeah. Look at you with the look at you in the gang, looking like Cool G in the gang, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. You already know. And
you looking like you getting turned in there, boy.
Yeah, I wish it was a more lit group of people, but You know, we made it work. We made it work. But the host, the American woman, was very good though. She was breaking it down. Like they're playing Flow Rider low, and this girl was going low. You know, but yeah, you'll see. You know, she tried her best. You know, But, you know, and then the Turkish woman's all conservative and stuff. She's just standing around, you know, trying to be a good girl. But yeah. So we had DJ issues. Now that we're back. Yeah, I think that's the Flow Rider part right there.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell.
But it's a dope time, guys. If you're ever in Istanbul, and you know, because I understand the language barrier and all that, the city itself can be very intimidating for a first time visitor. So I recommend trying to do a bar crawl over there with people that are from there, like locals. It's a good way of getting to know the nightlife in Turkey.
Nice. And do they have like bar crawls like every weekend or something like that?
Every single that girl, that group, so the Turkish girl and her, they used to do bar crawls every week. So they used to do it like I think it was Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So like 3 to 4 times a week, every week.
Okay, gotcha.
And they would get lit, man. They would get lit. It wasn't like they were just like watching and whatever. No, they would get lit every night.
Oh damn. So they was turning up, huh?
Yeah, and so what you guys see here is Turkish people. Just I don't know what it is. They have an obsession with fire, so they light a lot of things on fire over there.
Gotcha.
Okay. I almost got burnt actually.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was gonna order something, and I was by like the front over there. And I saw there was oil there, and I'm like, why is there like oil here? Why is it all greasy? What the hell is this? I thought someone spilled a drink, and then they lit it up, and I saw the fire coming my way, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna take my hand out of the way. And they don't give a damn, man. Like they love fire, man, everywhere. That's not the first time, man. They did that multiple times throughout the night.
Damn. I think I'm gonna just order a bottle and chill. I'm not going to the bar.
Yeah, so over there, people don't be on their phones like that. They just have a good old time over there. They don't be on their phone.
And that's what, you know, and that's one of the things that I do like when I went to and this is a little bit off topic, but when I went to Havana, Cuba in July, August, you know, like people weren't on their phones. Like everybody, like, you know, everybody was just partying. I miss the days where people like would go to the club and really just like dance and vibe, and you know what I mean, as opposed to like everybody like pulling out their camera and it's like, yeah, look at me, I'm here, I got the bottle, I got the hookah. I mean, okay, like you do that for like maybe 5-10 minutes, but put your phone away and dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's how it is. And well, my experience from Europe was like that. Even when I went to Barcelona. So this is one thing I want you guys to look at. So in Istanbul, the parties aren't just in the club and the bars. They take the party to the streets. So they start getting instruments and start playing around. And homegirl right here with the big old badonkadonk.
Where at?
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. Don't mind me being drunk. So homegirl, the big badonkadonk, you're about to see her.
Yeah.
This chick, right? Oh my goodness.
Damn, hold up. Whoa.
Oh, my boy had to rewind that. She's Turkish, man. Don't sleep on them Turkish women.
Yo, she got yams. She got yams.
Yeah.
I got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. God damn. You man. Yo, she got the yams, bro.
Get your passports. Go to Turkey.
Oh, snap. Okay. Hey, man. Word. That's what's up.
And I had a good time. Even when I went to arena, even as a taken man, I had a good time. I could just imagine how it is as a single man out there.
Yeah, man. Oh, okay. She wanted it good. I thought dude was about to pull up and start dancing with her.
That's not the first time she broke it down. There's another part. I think she followed us around, man. That same crew just followed us around the entire night. And then my girl was just doing her thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That girl looked good, bro. When she was dancing with a little
she danced with another girl?
Yeah, man, because I was, you know.
Hey, man.
I'm not gonna say it on here, but let's just say, you know.
Oh, hey, man. Hey, I love it. You like it, I love it, brother. You like it, I love it.
See, they keep lighting things on fire.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? They be doing that and they don't care, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone just had a good time, man.
Nice. Now, what type of music like do they normally play at this club, or what the bar crawl that you went to?
So to be honest, like I thought it was a great mix. Like they'll play everything, like a lot of American music. They played the Don Omar Danza Kuduro song, which you probably heard of the song.
Of course.
Like, Danza Kuduro. So they're playing that over there, which I was surprised. A lot of Spanish music. Like honestly, one thing I picked up on in Istanbul, in Turkey, is that a lot of their music is Latin inspired. Like their urban music is Latin inspired. So a lot of their hip hop and their popular music out there has Latin like beats. So reggaeton is very popular in Istanbul.
Really?
Yeah, reggaeton is very popular. There's an artist. If you don't believe me, search him up. One of the most popular artists in Istanbul is called Sefo. 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 His music, most of his music is Latin inspired, reggaeton. They even have bachata, like with Istanbul wording. So instead of it being in Spanish, it's in Turkish.
Yeah.
So Latin music is very popular in Turkey, in Istanbul.
Yeah, I'm looking him up now. Yeah, he's
definitely.
Yeah. 1998 Turkish pop. Oh man, yeah, damn.
Yeah, very Latin inspired. Reggaeton's very big. I was very surprised when I heard reggaeton over there. I was like, reggaeton in Istanbul? And what languages is this? Turkish? What? Y'all be making reggaeton over here? What the hell? It's be like that. But that's how they pour shots in Turkey. They have you like that, and they pour shots into your mouth. Or drink, or they get the bottle and put it in your mouth.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I got you. All right. Good vibes, though, man. Good vibes.
No, it was great vibes out in Istanbul. I love that city, man. I love that city. I've been there twice, and I would go again. Very safe. Very affordable.
I mean, I bet this time you're gonna have the most fun because you'll be single, Jamie. You're gonna be on playoff mode.
But first, I'm going to Brazil. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question now with the so I'm assuming that these are locals, right?
No, so actually that guy's from Saudi Arabia. That guy's from Japan. That guy's from Tokyo. That guy over there, the turtle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's from Tokyo. The other guys over there are from Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Yeah, the dude from Tokyo, he looked like
Oh, he was pulling, man. Then don't sleep on them Japanese. There was a lot of Japanese people over there.
Oh, for real?
And they pull, man. I saw homeboy be pulling. See homegirl again. There she is twerking.
Oh, I might have missed her. I don't know how, but
it was very quick, but she was doing her thing again. Nice. I think they'll be following us around. Yeah, but the music was very diverse over there. They had all different types of music: American, Turkish, Spanish. It don't matter. They played everything over there.
That's good. You know, that's good.
But I have seen a lot of articles and a lot of videos. Oh, don't mind me, guys. I was drunk. So this whole segment here is just me being drunk. So if you want to
hold on,
me, this is the part. But Istanbul is ranked as one of the best cities in the world for nightlife, from what I've seen from articles and certain videos. I wouldn't really say it's better than Spain, but it's up there.
Yeah. Now, when you say from what you've seen, so now is that So are you forming an opinion, or are you saying that that like there's actually have been like ratings saying that Istanbul is one of the best cities in the world to have nightlife?
So there, you can search up. There are articles on the internet, and of course, videos out there stating that Istanbul is one of the top, if not the top, city for nightlife in the world. Now, coming from someone that has been there several times, I will say it's up there, but it's not number one. So this is what the articles were saying, and this is what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's up there, but it's not. I don't think it'll be number one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up there. It's definitely so. This kid right here that you guys saw over there was trying to pickpocket me.
Oh, really? Hold on.
Yeah, I caught it on video. The children. So this kid, what happened here? Arena and I were just sitting around minding our business. This kid right here tripped in front of me, and I'm me being the American I am and the good person that I am. I try to help the kid. Arena told me not to help the kid because they're just trying to rob me. They're trying to make me feel bad for the kid so the kid can go into my pockets and rob me. And there have been certain points where even when I was partying at night, when I was drunk, where kids like that would like try to hug me. And what they're doing is they're trying to reach into your pockets and take your shit.
Yeah.
You know, so be very careful with children. If children are hugging you out of nowhere or coming up to you, not telling you to be, not telling you to be mean or do anything to them, but just be very careful of the children out there. They that's one thing about Istanbul is there's a lot of pickpocketers in Istanbul.
Yeah, so like in Colombia, like and I'm sure they probably do this in other countries too, but in Colombia, what the parents will do, like a mom, like a mother, like she'll ask to borrow like someone's kid and then have the kid like beg and say, hey, I haven't eaten all day and blah blah blah, and it's not even
Look
actually
at these
her
women
kid.
right here, Kings and not to cut you off. These are Turkish women, man. This is what I mean when I'm talking about Turkish women.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not bad, Kings.
Nah, no, man. Listen, nah. You can cut me off when you get to the ladies. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all good. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but boat parties are a big thing in Istanbul. So if you're into boat parties, you want to party on the boat, that is the city for you.
Yes, I'm yeah.
That is the city. And they have belly dancers and stuff. If you're into belly dancing and a beautiful woman and yeah, man, just Istanbul's the city for you if you're into belly dancing and boat parties. So this is a ferry. It's very cheap. It's only a couple dollars. It gets you from the European side to the Asian side. So that's the European side right there.
Okay.
Now we're going to the Asian side of the city.
Okay.
So that's all the European side.
Gotcha. And how long did that take?
So it took 20 to 25 minutes, like 20 minutes. But honestly, man, you don't even realize it because it's such a magical, like, I love ferries in Istanbul. I feel like if you're in Istanbul, it's something you have to do. You cannot say you were in Istanbul if you haven't been on a ferry. You have to go on a ferry. So that's the Asian side right there. That's Üsküdar.
Okay.
Now, Üsküdar is more conservative. As you see, more people hijabs, like dressed up. It's more, it's dry. Not too many places are going to serve alcohol. It's mostly mocktails. So you have to be very careful. Is they'll serve you mocktails. So you're going to think it's a cocktail, but it's not. It's a mocktail. And I've had an issue with one of the guys over there because I told him, like, bro, why didn't you put alcohol in my drink? They say it's a mocktail. I'm like, what do you mean? I thought this was a cocktail. There was like a bit of confusion, but they'll do that. And a lot of places out there don't serve cocktails, like depending where you at, especially the Asian side. So you have to make sure that you're paying for the right thing.
Okay.
But look at these sunsets, man.
This sunset does look
good.
That,
Charles? You see that?
That sunset does look good, Charles.
It's better in person, though, man. It's just, I know everyone says that, it's better in person, but it is. It's just better in person, man. It's just you.
Okay. Nice, man. Nice view, man. So this ferry ride, so what is it, like $5, something like that?
Yeah, it was like a couple bucks. You know, and they ride you out in style in Istanbul, man. If you order a taxi or something to pick you up, they ride you out in style.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like,
So this is the party bus.
no, this is a regular like guy, a taxi that's driving. I know I said not to take taxis, but I booked it in advance to take us to the airport, and they picked us up, man, in style, man. They picked us up on time. Nice vehicle, very spacious. I felt like
Yeah.
a celebrity almost.
Okay. Another question. How far was the Airbnb from where you guys were staying?
The Airbnb from where we were staying.
I said that. What the heck? I just realized what I just said.
From the airport? From the airport?
Yeah, from the airport. Sorry, I
Well,
just realized what I had just
I,
said. Yeah.
I
So how
assumed
far?
they, I
Yeah.
assumed it
How
was the
far is
airport.
the? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
It was a good 25 minutes. The airport's a little bit distant from the city, so
Mhm.
it is a decent amount of time before you get to the city center. And like I said, guys, just be very careful when it comes to taxi drivers. If you can arrange a ride or have someone pick you up, that's the best way to go, because these taxi drivers will scam you from the get-go. They will tell you, "Oh, pay me this much," you know, and you think it's a good deal because you don't know the currency, but they're ripping you off. So just be very careful when it comes to the taxi drivers, because it is a bit of a distance to get from the airport to the city center.
Yeah, I think so. Like for me, I just prefer to use Uber
Yeah, me too.
in general because like you have your card on there, and if you decide that you do want to give the driver like a tip, you know, they did a really good job or whatever the case is, you know, they were pleasant, they, you know, maybe told you about some places where you could go, so on and so forth. You can just add that to your you can just add that like on the card,
Yeah.
right? Because some places, you know, so some taxis like, you know, you'll say, yeah, you know, I'll take you there for like $5 or $10. And then you get to the destination. Oh man, it's like, you know, $25, man, $25, man. This is far. Like when people got to realize this is not the United States. Like, you know, if you're in New York City, DC, Atlanta, Los Angeles, you know, Chicago, wherever, where you're in the middle of the city, you get into a taxi cab, like you see the meter, so you know you can see the price going up, and then as you get to the destination, you know whatever the price is, whatever the price is. In these countries, like the taxi guy could say, "Yeah, I'll do it for like $10 or whatever," and then you get there, and then the taxi driver could flip and do a complete
Mhm.
180 and be like, "Nah, dog, like I need 25. I want 25." You know, and to just take away yourself from dealing with all of that bullshit, like just do the Uber. Or if you are going to get a taxi, you pre-order it.
Yeah.
So this way you say, okay, like this is what you're getting paid. You're getting paid 40, $50 or whatever it is to bring me to the airport to my Airbnb.
So this is the app that they use in Turkey.
Okay.
For any of you guys that are going to Turkey, use if you don't want to use Uber, if you want to order a taxi or you want an alternative to Uber, use Buy Taxi.
Yeah, I'm going to make you big so people can see it.
You guys see that? Buy Taxi. This is Turkish. A lot of people use this. A lot of the locals use this app right here in Istanbul. So make sure to download that if you're going to Turkey.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. So when are we going? When are we going, man? That's all I need to
Let
know.
me know, man. Let me know. I could go anytime I want. So, anytime after Brazil, though, I kind of want to get the
Nah,
South American tour.
I no, yeah, trust me. Yes. You know, Brazil gotta be in there.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
when is the best time of year for people to go to Istanbul? Or well, to Turkey in general.
So I would say try to go to Turkey in the shoulder seasons. So try to go April till June and September till about November. But I would say the peak month to go is May. I went in June, but from what I was told from many locals and many people that have been there, May is the best time because not as many tourists. The weather isn't too bad. But even when I went there in June, you would assume it'll be hot, but it wasn't. Like the summers in Istanbul isn't as hot as the summers here. Like the summers is comfortable. It's great weather. You go out there, you're not sweating, like it's nice, but it's not like chilly or anything. It's just perfect weather.
Yeah.
And like I said, even in the wintertime, if you go in the wintertime, which I wouldn't really recommend to go in the wintertime because it's a bit more drier. It's not as many people out, you know. But even in the wintertime, even if you go in the wintertime, like this time of the year, for example, it's not bad at all. Like the winters is not that cold. In fact, you know what? Hold up. Let me try to see if I can pull up the weather app for y'all so y'all can see.
Okay. Now,
Let's see.
now, while you're pulling that up, right? Like, I know a lot of people who watch my channel who support me. They're gonna want to go where like they're gonna want to deal with like a lot of the locals and not really want to see like a lot of the tourists. So, and you said that around this time, because in the video when you went with your ex, that was in January, and it seemed like you were with a lot of like locals or stuff like that, because people I know people don't want to go to another country and see people like, oh boy, here coming another American. Like, nah, like I kind of want to be one of the very few Americans that's out of that country.
You know what's crazy though, Kings? When I was out in Turkey, both summer and winter, I didn't really notice too many Americans. Like Americans are, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but from my experience, I felt like Americans are minority. In fact, when I met an American, when I went this past January to Istanbul, Cappadocia is different. Cappadocia Americans everywhere, but in Istanbul, the only American I met while I was over there was that girl I showed you, and she lives in Istanbul.
Yeah.
So I didn't meet any Americans. Americans are kind of rare a little bit in Istanbul. It's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you stick out, and also, Americans are in there not talking crap about Americans, but I kind of want Istanbul to keep I know what it is. I don't want people to come in there and ruin it, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because people come into some of these countries, Dominican Republic, Colombia, and then they ruin it. They ruin it. Like they come in there and I'm gonna touch on what you had said, like like the first block when you have said that people come to these countries with the American mindset. You didn't necessarily say it like that, but you were saying like they would wear like the shorts and and not really adapting. And so that's one of the big problems is not only like can you not adapt, and it shows arrogance and it shows a sign of disrespect to that country too, because
100%.
it's like these are our ways. Why aren't you acting like that? Because when people come to the United States and people, some people may not know how to speak English. Some people say, oh man, like you're in the United States, you should know how to speak English. It's like, come on, man. So you can't go to their territory and not want to adapt. You got to show that sign of respect. And when you show that sign of respect, they give you that respect right back.
Yo, facts. I couldn't have said it better. Honestly, you said it really well, man. And that's something that I live by. That's one of my rules as a traveler. Is I don't care where I'm in the world. When I'm going into a country, I'm respecting them. I'm gonna show them respect. I'm gonna respect their culture. I in fact, in some ways, I treat the country I'm visiting sometimes better than when I'm in America, for example, if that makes any sense. So when I'm there, man, I'm treating them with respect, man. I make sure I'm not littering. And of course, you can't be littering anywhere you go in the world. But I don't be littering. I make sure that I respect their culture, their traditions, their values. Every time they had their prayers, I stopped what I was doing. I stopped what I was doing, and I would live in that moment, and I would try to do prayers of my own, but I respected their culture, man, and I think a lot of Americans, when they go outside the country, they have this whole arrogant thing of, no, the world needs to bend to me because I'm American. I'm like, no, bro, that's why people hate Americans, because the thing is, it's not necessarily that we're American. It's just that arrogance that we think the world revolves around us, that everyone needs to speak English just because. And that's not the way it is. Before I go to a country, like right now, I'm studying Portuguese. I'm studying Portuguese because I want to be able to speak fluent Portuguese when I go to Brazil. I go on TikTok live every single day and I speak to beautiful Brazilian women, and they show me Portuguese, and I tell them talk to me in Portuguese because I want to be able to be used to it. Not that many Americans, have that type of mindset to where they're trying to learn the language and learn the culture and respect the culture. And that's the thing, like you said, man. When you show respect, that's when you get respect.
Right.
When you're being disrespectful, when you're dressing, like a typical American, doing stupid things, being very loud,
Right.
not even attempting to learn their language, that's how you become a target.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You put a target on your back, and not even, and some people do it like so subconsciously, and it's just that the way of the United States culture, right? Like you go into some of these, you go into some of these countries, and it's like you know you're wearing, you're wearing the big chain, and you're wearing the jewelry and all of the flash, and it's like, you know you got to keep that where you were at before when you get over here. You know what I mean? It's that lack of respect and that lack of not understanding your surroundings. People just want to go to, and I people want to go to some of these countries, and it's not just brothers, because like it's dudes in Eastern, I'm not Eastern Europe, Western Europe too, like from the UK and stuff like that,
Yes.
that will go, to some of these countries and just kind of wild out. And it's like, man, you make a target for yourself. Like, when you said that you were trying to fit in, and you were trying to hope that they would, like, think that you were Turkish and stuff like that, but they pegged you out for an American, but like it was all good, y'all was cool about it, you know what I mean? But like, you show respect to their culture and to the people, like even when even when they were praying early in the morning, you stop whatever you was doing. When you go into these countries, you got to be able to have a level of conformity. And if you don't have a level of conformity, and as much as we encourage, men to get their passports, if you don't have that level of conformity, then you're are someone who should not get their passports, because you're going to put yourself in a precarious position to where you could get either robbed, scammed, or
Mhm.
even possibly at worst deleted, man.
Facts, man. And to piggyback off of the comment you said about people from the UK, something that I found out when I went to Spain was that the one type of people, or the one country that Spanish people in Spain hate more than Americans, because I wouldn't say they hate Americans, but we always have a bad rep everywhere we go.
Mhm.
But the people that have a more bad rep than Americans in Spain are people from the UK. And I was like, why? But then when I was over there and I was in Seville with a UK couple,
Uh-huh.
and I was hanging out with them for a little bit, and I was hanging out with some English folk out in Spain,
Uh-huh.
and seeing the way they were acting, I'm like, you know what? I get it. Because in some ways they're worse than Americans because they're
Yeah.
loud. They'll
Yeah.
start doing chants and shit in unison. They'll start making up
Yeah.
chants,
Oh yeah.
and start clapping and shit and doing all sorts of stuff, trying to fight people and stuff. I'm like, yo, these
Oh
UK people.
gosh. Yes. Yes. So I know you haven't been to I know you haven't been to Colombia yet, but so like where my apartment is it's like essentially right in, right like in the heart of the city. You could get to anywhere. You could walk, you could walk pretty much anywhere. There's also a subway station. So if you want to do that, of course, I mentioned Uber, restaurants, whatever. Everywhere is completely walking distance from my apartment. You know what I mean? So if you need toiletries, it's something like equivalent, like a CVS, Walgreens, literally right around the corner. There's a coffee shop, literally right downstairs. And if you need to, get some wine, or if you need to get a drink, it's right. It's right up the block too. Everything is right in your area. So I say that to say, like I remember there was these guys, and I want to say that these guys was, they had to be somewhere from the UK, and they were so it's this popular place. It's called Parque Ayeres, and it's right around the
Heard of
corner.
it.
Well, I know you've heard of it, but it's right around the corner from my apartment. All right, and so like it might have been like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and all you hear is "Hey, mate," blah blah blah. So you hear the UK talking. I'm just like, yo, these dudes mad loud and just drunk, and you know what I mean. And like I'm just like, yeah, like just
Yeah.
drawing attention to yourselves. You know what I mean? So it's
They
not
don't give
just
a
like,
damn.
yeah. So it's not just brothers who messing up. Like it's our white brothers who fuck up too.
Yeah, like I didn't believe it. I'm like, what? Because every time I was out in Spain, I know this isn't a Spanish live stream,
No,
but when I
man,
was out,
we talking about Europe, bro. We all good.
yeah, when I was out in Spain, they would always tell me in Spanish, like those English people, oh my God, they're so loud and they trash everything. They're always trying to fight and making
Yeah, yeah.
chants and stuff, and always cursing us off like they're Conor McGregor. Like, and I'm like, nah, that can't be true. And then I was hanging out with a big group because in Barcelona we had like a bunch of different people from all around the world. So we had Italians, for Charles. I know he's in. It was a lot of and the Italians were loud, but the group of people that were even louder, un posso falar português. Oh, sí, you can speak Portuguese.
Oh, yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Yeah, I understood what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, this dude took over my live stream speaking to some Brazilian woman. So if you see like behind me, right, I think this might be the
That was
live
it?
stream.
That's Charles in the back?
Yeah, I actually think that it.
Yo, y'all need to put me in that panel, bro.
No. That's not Charles there, but
yeah.
I don't think this is the. I think this might be the one that Charles did go on though. But So but no, he was speaking to he was speaking to two ladies in Portuguese. I think this is the one where Charles did come on though. I think he came on for a little bit. But yeah, he was speaking to the ladies in Portuguese, man, and he held up himself pretty well, man. He did really,
learning
really
Portuguese
well.
right now. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
Man, that's a tough language, man. Like I'm struggling with it, but I'm pushing through, man.
But you know what it is though, King? Like because I speak to Brazilian women every single day on my TikTok.
Yeah, you gotta.
What I do with them is because I know a little bit of Portuguese, so I'll speak to them a little bit. So I'll be like, "Oi, bom dia, tudo bem, como va?" Like, and I'll speak to them in Spanish, and they actually understand me. Like, they'll understand me more than if I speak to them in English. Because I feel like when I hear them speaking Portuguese to me, I pick up its and bits because I feel like it's very similar to Spanish. One girl in Spanish, the other in Portuguese. My boy Charles is like trilingual over here, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Oh, now, if you say something bad against Brazil,
no. Listen,
no. I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna say if you say something bad against Brazil, Charles is gonna ask for the link. He gonna be like, "Where's the link? I'm pulling up."
Listen, man, I think I would do the same because I've been speaking to a couple of these girls from Brazil, and I'm like, I get the hype. I get the hype now.
Yeah. No, I was just trying to show dudes in the chat if you can speak the language you're in there. No, the facts. Charles is doing this thing. Charles is doing this thing. Yeah. No. But Brazil. Yeah, Brazil. Definitely, man. But all right. So in closing, because we're approaching the 2-hour mark, man. You recommend brothers, passport bros, of all complexions, to go to Turkey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want something totally different from what you're used to, go to Turkey. Go to Turkey. You won't regret it. It's extremely affordable. Everything that you can get in Europe, everything you can get in Paris, everything you get in Spain, everything you can get anywhere in Europe or in America, you can get in Turkey. In fact, you can get it even better and cheaper over there. You can live like a king over there. You can eat like a king. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is an event every single day. It's some of the best foods in the world. Some of the best chefs are over there. It's extremely safe. All right. Besides the pickpocketers and all that, and the aggressive taxi drivers that try to scam you. Besides that, it's a very safe country. I've been there multiple times all around the country. Cappadocia, which we barely talked about on this live stream, but maybe one day we can, because Cappadocia is extremely interesting. In fact, in some ways, it might be more interesting than Istanbul. But I've been all around that country, man. Not one time did I feel unsafe or threatened or anything like that. Great country. They treated me with respect. I treated them with respect. Some of the best views you can ever see in your life, some of the best sunsets you can ever see in your life, some of the most attractive women you can ever see in your life over there. A lot of Russian women, Turkish women, don't sleep on them. They're very beautiful. Come all, shapes and sizes, all different types of hair, eye color, everything. The nightlife, I know a lot of articles and videos claim that Istanbul is up there, and I do agree. I don't know if it's number one. That's still debatable, but it's up there in terms of nightlife. Well, what else can I really talk about besides that? I mean, I covered transportation. I covered stay. I covered everything. Turkish Airlines, one of the best airlines there is. I'm not saying it's the best, but it's up there. Turkish Airlines is great. You're going to have a great time flying from New York, wherever you are, to Istanbul. Just everything about Turkey in general, about Istanbul in general, is going to be a great experience for you guys. It's going to be one of those moments and those experiences you guys will never forget. In fact, out of all the travels I've ever done in my life, I think the best trip I've ever had in my life, or the best trips I ever had in my life, were in Turkey, which is why most of my vlogs are in Turkey. If you guys look it up, most of these episodes that I filmed were in Turkey, and it's for a reason, because I have love for that country. I have love for that city. And I wanted to put it on the map in a way, because I felt like, not that many brothers or sisters were really giving love to Turkey like that. And I was like, man, let me try to put Turkey on the map a little bit, man. I think people need to see what's out here, man. And hopefully I did the country and the city justice. It won't be the last time I'll be out there. I'll definitely be out there again. I definitely want to own some type of real estate, because I want to keep returning, because I might make it one of those cities that I might stay at, like if I want to travel to the rest of Europe. But it's a great city, guys, for multiple different reasons, man. Hopefully this live stream or vlogs, hopefully it convinced you. But guys, trust me, it's going to be a great trip. You won't regret it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming on tonight, man. And I know you said that we didn't talk about how do you pronounce it?
Cappadocia.
Cappadocia.
Yes.
Yeah. So we could do a part 2 of this and talk about Cappadocia. And that is one thing I did want to talk to you about, was like investing in Turkey, as far as like with the real estate and things like that. But let's do it. Let's do a part 2 probably after the holidays, because we got Christmas, then we got New Year's coming up. So, and I know things is going to be pretty busy for you. I know it's definitely gonna be busy for me. Yes. So but we could do a part 2 and talk about Cappadocia, and then talk about getting real estate in Turkey, if that's an investment that should be worthwhile to brothers, man. But I definitely just wanted to salute you for coming on, really talking about Turkey in a way that at least I haven't heard before. And I'll tell you one thing, right? So one of the things that actually caught my attention with Turkey, traveling there before like this whole passport bro thing had blown up, the late great Kobe Bryant. I remember I was watching a commercial. This might have been, I want to say like 2016, 2017. And there was a commercial for Turkish Airlines. And Kobe was actually the spokesperson for that. I said, "Oh, they must got some money in Turkey." Because I'm like, Kobe not just go, Kobe not just gonna, sign up for something that's some bullshit, So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right. So, but that initially kind of put the bug in my head to go to Turkey. I was like, I'm gonna get there someday. And then now, like, I've heard some more people talking about it, and then now and I was like, all right, man, I got to bring you on so you could talk to my people about going to Turkey and and stuff like that. So it's you know, like when you have an idea of a place where you know where you want to go, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get there someday. But now, like it's pushing itself up, you know, to the top of the line. So that's where I'm at with it, man. So I will be in Turkey very, very soon. But again, brother, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Oh, please do me a favor. You see the link that I highlighted. Make sure that you check out his channel, subscribe to his channel, also TikTok, also Instagram. Make sure you check out my brother Jaime Woods, man. I appreciate y'all. Salute and stay purposeful, man. I'm out of here.
Peace
Peace.
out, guys.
Word.